Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with a video all about my Best of Beauty 2016 roundup, basically where I talk about all of my favorite makeup products for the year of 2016. I know I'm getting this up kind of late, but it happens. I figured better late than never. So in this giant bag that I have next to me, I have basically accumulated all of my favorite makeup products of 2016, and I was so picky because I wanted to only include products that I actually consistently used throughout the year. Because it's one thing to have this product be like, oh, I love this product, but I use it like twice a year, versus like this is a product that I really enjoy and I use it like a lot. So yeah, that was kind of my logic as I chose these products. There's a lot. Also, if you don't see any favorite products that I've talked about in like my monthly favorites, it's because I'm switching over to a new, I don't know, it's like my 2017 resolution for my online presence. I'm only going to be talking about products that are safe on the BDS boycott list. I will put some links down below in the info bar so that you can read more about what the BDS boycott list is. But yeah, all of these products, to the best of my knowledge, are completely BDS safe, so you can rest easy knowing that. I feel like this was a really long overdue change that I needed to make to my online presence. So starting from now on, I will do my best to only talk about products that are BDS safe. All right, so let's start with the eye products. So this is kind of funny because like in 2016, I really did not wear a lot of eyeshadow. I don't know, it's just not a thing I did. But for me, the standout eyeshadow palette for the year was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I used the crap out of this palette in 2016. I had made a huge dent in the colors Primavera, Vermeer, Red Ochre, Burnt Orange, Raw Sienna, and Golden Ochre. Those colors are my absolute favorite. I love this palette. Anastasia shadows are not like my favorite formulation. If you've been around here, then you know that Makeup Forever eyeshadows are my die-hard favorite eyeshadow formulation, but these colors you can't say no to. I think they are super flattering on brown skin, especially if you have golden undertones. But yeah, in terms of like palettes that I reached for the most, I found myself reaching for this a lot, and it's actually the only palette that I brought with me when I traveled to Mexico and Las Vegas. Yeah, I absolutely love these colors. The eyeshadows themselves are rather powdery in my opinion, but I don't know, some people really enjoy it. I personally, I don't love it, but I can tolerate it. But yeah, in terms of like palettes that I used the most this year, definitely it was the Anastasia one. And then this is a repeat from last year, but in my Z palette here, I have some of my favorite eye products and face products, but in particular, I wanted to talk about this eyeshadow right here. This is Makeup Forever S602. This is the color Cinnamon right here. I used this eyeshadow on almost an everyday basis. Like I said, I didn't really wear a lot of eyeshadow in 2016, but when I did, I constantly found myself reaching for this one because it's just like a really beautiful, warm, silky brown color. It's gorgeous. I really used this one a lot. I'm actually wearing it in my crease right now. All I do is I just take a fluffy blending brush and I just kind of lightly dust it into my crease, and that's my entire eyeshadow look for the day. It's just, if I want a little bit of warmth, I will use this eyeshadow because it's warm, it's beautiful formulation. Makeup Forever eyeshadows are incredible. They're my absolute favorite. They are mighty expensive, but I think they are worth every single penny because you only need a really tiny amount. And there's no fallout. It blends beautifully. And then also this Makeup Geek eyeshadow in the color Grandstand, I used so much this year. I'm also wearing it on my eyelids right now. If you can pick up on that like shimmer and shine on my eyelids, that's what that is. And then finally in the eyes category, my e.l.f. Clear Eyebrow Gel. I've talked about this so many times, I'm not gonna talk about it again. All right, now we're gonna move on to lip products, which I have so many. So yeah, 2016, I took a step back on the eyeshadow, but I really made forward strides in the lip category. The number one lipstick that I used in 2016 that clearly I used a lot of, this is the NARS lipstick in the color Damage. Let me give you a swatch so you can see. It's right there on my hand. It is such a beautiful purpley reddish grape color. It's sheer, which I really enjoy because it's not one of those high maintenance lip colors where I have to really take my time to like line my lips and fill it in. No. This is great because it's sheer. It's kind of sort of glossy. I think it's a really flattering color, and I mean, I'm down to like a nub right now. I need to buy a new one. Next, in the lip category, I have had a long, steamy romance with the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. So with me right now, I have 4 of my absolute favorite colors that I wore the most. There are other colors that I really, really enjoy, but in terms of like wearing it the most, these are the 4 colors that I definitely used in 2016. So the color I'm wearing right now on my lips is Sarafine, which is like, I think it's my favorite red lipstick of all time, only because it is incredibly long wearing and the color is just, it's perfect. So that's Sarafine. I love this color and you can see it on my lips right now. The next color that I really used is the color Catnip. I'll give you a swatch so you can see all of these. Catnip is so pretty. I love this color on my skin tone. It's kind of like pinky purple, fuchsia, muted fuchsia. It's not really like a bright color, but I don't know. I find that with like liquid lipsticks, I am a lot more comfortable wearing bold colors because they do stay put, they don't bleed, and they don't like crack off with this formulation. And so I feel a lot more comfortable wearing bold colors in liquid lipsticks. The next color that I really wore is the color Sugar Plum, which I feel like no one talks about this shade, but I absolutely adore this shade. It is a pretty bright color of fuchsia right there. It does have blue reflex in it, which I think is really, really interesting. It's not really showing up on my hand right now, but when I do apply it to my lips, you can kind of see the blue undertone in it, which I think is really unique and interesting. And then finally, the last color that came into my life kind of late in the game, but took over my life is the color Ashton, which, it is definitely like a yellow-brown nude color. It's right, wait, is that it? This one right there. Yeah, this color, beautiful, like fall wintry color. It is really flattering on brown skin, so I would recommend checking it out if you wanted to look for like a darker, like browny, yellowy type of nude. This is a beautiful color. But yeah, ABH liquid lipsticks, in my opinion, are hands down the best liquid lips that I've ever tried, only because they are so long wearing, they're super comfortable. Some people will kind of fight me on that concept, but the thing is that in order for them to feel very comfortable and long wearing, you only have to apply a really, really thin layer. What I do is I'll take the tube and I'll actually scrape off the excess like this. I'll completely scrape off the excess, and then whatever's left on the brush, that's what I use to apply it to my lips. I don't ever go in with like a ton of product on my lips because that's when it starts to crumble and crack off. Whew, okay, so those are the Anastasia lip glosses. Lip glosses? Lipsticks. I am kind of embarrassed about this next thing. The Dior lip glow, aka the most overpriced, expensive, bougie lip balm you'll ever use in your life. I've gone through 2 tubes of these in 2016. I absolutely love this. Oh my gosh. I keep this like in my backpack and in my purse, and it's just constantly what I'm using all the time. If you look on my Instagram, a lot of times when it looks like I'm not wearing lipstick, I'm actually wearing this because it gives my lips just a pretty sort of like pink kissable glow. I really love it. And I really enjoy that the color is buildable. You can do like one swipe just to give yourself like a nice shiny finish on your lips, but then you can also kind of like rub it on your lips more and it'll build more color. I really enjoyed this lip balm in 2016. Then I have a few lip pencils. So NARS really, I don't know, I had a very intense love affair with NARS in 2016, and so my 2 favorite velvet lip pencils are the colors Cruella, which was actually a VIB gift, I think, in 2015 maybe, I'm not sure. But Cruella is like one of the most beautiful reds I've ever used in my life. You can see it right there. Really, really beautiful red. It actually dries down, and so it doesn't really leave your lips or fade. Very, very comfortable. I do think the Anastasia liquid lips are more long wearing, but this one is super long wearing, and I do find this one a little bit more comfortable because it's like not a liquid lipstick, you know? And then the like only bold lipstick that I wore over the summer was this one. This is NARS Red Square Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, and it is orange, as orange can be. It's definitely like a fiery red orange, but I just, with a tan, I felt like I looked like hot shit wearing it, and so I wore it like multiple times a week. It was like the only bold lipstick over the summer that I wore. Yeah, so I love these lip pencils. I think they are wonderful quality. I would definitely recommend investing in them if that's something you're interested in. And then I have one more NARS lip pencil. Where is it? Okay, well then also the NARS Satin Lip Pencil in the color Rikugien. That one is stunning. stunning. It's like a really soft pearly pink color. So pretty, and it's actually really long wearing. And then the final lip product that I wanted to talk about, but I actually don't have with me, is the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the color Sweet Cream. It's a beautiful, like bright peachy color. It's also a lipstick that I wore a lot over the summer. I love Bite lipsticks. I think they are really underrated. They are beautiful, they smell nice, they're creamy, but they're not like slippery, if you know what I mean. I really enjoy Bite lipsticks. Unfortunately, I don't have it like physically with me right now, but I used the heck out of Bite Beauty Sweet Cream lipstick over the summer. And even in the spring, I think I used it a lot. Lastly, in lip products, I want to give a shout out to the Korres lip butters. I have two shades, they're not really, I don't know. I don't wear them like as a lip color, but this is Guava and this is Jasmine. Most hydrating lip butters I've ever used in my life. I use this every single night. I use it in the morning. I use this underneath my liquid lipsticks to make them more comfortable and more hydrating. I can't recommend these enough. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the largest category, which is face products. My favorite primer of 2016 was definitely the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. I do tend to have drier skin, but when I really want my T-zone to stay completely matte, this is the only thing that I think works really effectively. It doesn't break me out or anything, and a little bit goes a very long way with this primer. Holy Grail foundation. This will come as no surprise to anyone. Ta-da! The NARS Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 30. I do use this day and night. I find at night it does sort of give sort of a flashback issue because it does have SPF in it, but I don't know, it doesn't really bother me. I think it kind of gives my face a glow, if anything. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing will ever beat this. It has the most beautiful radiant finish. I am wearing it on my skin right now. It lasts beautifully, it doesn't crease, it doesn't cling to my dry patches, it doesn't look excessively oily. I cannot sing enough praise to this foundation. Okay, next, this is something that I discovered kind of late in 2016, but it took over my life. This is the Laura Mercier Candleglow Sheer Perfecting Powder in the color number 3, which I think is a light to medium shade. It is the most stunning setting powder that I have ever used in my life. I was using the Hourglass Dim Light Ambient Powder for a while there, but I found that it was too peachy for me. Like, I found that when I dusted it all over my face, it turned my face a different color than my neck and my body, and I didn't really like that. So I was on the hunt for a new setting powder, and I discovered this one, and it makes me want to try the foundation. Maybe that's the foundation I'm going to try in 2017, because I know she makes like a candle glow foundation as well that like goes with the powder, because I really enjoy this powder. It gives such a beautiful, luminous, radiant finish, but it doesn't look shiny, it doesn't look glittery or shimmery. There's no shimmer in here. It's just a beautiful, finely milled powder. I feel like it really does help improve the longevity of my foundation. It also makes powders that I put on top, like bronzer, blush, highlight, glide on so much smoother. And then over the summer, I kind of went through a phase where I didn't wear any foundation, and instead I just used my Cover FX cream contouring kit. I feel like I didn't wear foundation, but I still wanted a little bit of coverage, and I did want to have something on my skin that would contour my skin, and so I found myself constantly reaching for my Cover FX contour kit. I use this shade G Medium Deep, and this highlighting shade is really nice for like all over highlighting, like under the eyes, on the chin, down the nose, on the forehead. You can even use this to carve out your contour. And then these two shades right here are very warm. I will tell you that they are quite warm, but over the summer it worked for me because I had a tan, and I don't know, this year I wasn't really into harsh contouring with like ashy shades. Instead, I wanted like an all over bronzy glow, so I definitely used these two shades a lot. And then this highlight shade right here is really stunning. I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. It's really bright. I really enjoyed this contour kit like the whole year, but especially over the summer because I wasn't wearing any foundation. I wanted to use like some sort of cream product because I feel like powders don't cling that well to just like bare skin. So I used this a lot. One thing I will say is that you will break out if you don't clean this. And so what I recommend doing is every time you use it, first of all, use a clean brush every time. And second of all, when you're done using your kit, I recommend either scraping off the top layer with like a paper towel or something, or you can douse it with some alcohol. I use 99% isopropyl alcohol. I'll spray it down, I'll let it air dry, and then I will keep it shut. This is really important because cream products like this that come in a pan, I feel like they're kind of unsanitary. And so you need to like be constantly disinfecting this, otherwise you will break out. In 2016, I very much moved away from like really intense cheekbone highlights. I don't know, I feel like I kind of outgrew it. These are the two cream highlights that I obsessively used in 2016. I had the Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer, which is so stunning. It is like a beautiful, it's just like a pure champagne gold, really beautiful. And then also the NARS Hot Sand Illuminator. This is absolutely gorgeous. If you want to see swatches of this, I think I did swatch it in a Sephora haul. I'm like 99% sure I did. But these two, it's the same sort of like champagne gold color. This one's a little bit warmer because you can see there's like definitely more of a peach as opposed to this one, which is more of like a, I don't know, like a champagne gold. These two though, really beautiful. I was really into cream highlights because I feel like they just blend so much more naturally into the skin and they kind of like melt into the skin really nicely. I don't know, I was really into it. And then as far as like powder highlights go, Hourglass Luminous Light Ambient Powder was my standout powder highlighter for the entire year. I am wearing it on my cheeks right now. I'll put it like right here on my cheeks, but I'll also dust it on like the apples of my cheeks as well. It's truly such a unique powder in my opinion. It's so finely milled and it's just such a beautiful like lit from within glow, which I think is really unique to this powder. And then as far as blushes, oh wait, did I talk about this? I didn't talk about this. Where are my bronzers? My favorite bronzers for the year, this is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in the shade 30M. I am shocked that I haven't hit pan on this yet. I have had this since I started my channel basically. I remember I featured it in my very first favorites video. It was like my June 2015 favorites. I featured this product and I still haven't hit pan, even though I use this like almost every day. Like I am wearing it right now. I have talked so much about this bronzer. I'm not gonna bore you anymore with the Makeup Forever bronzer talk, so we're just gonna move on. The next bronzer that I really used is the Hourglass, what is this called? Radiant Bronze Light Bronzer. I will say it is definitely like a very warm, kind of orangey blush. I did dust it over my Makeup Forever bronzer. But it is stunning if you want to give yourself like a glow because it does have, I don't know, like you can kind of see that the powder is not matte. It's definitely more of like a shimmery, not shimmery, but it's kind of, I don't know, it has a glow. It has a glow. Yeah, I really enjoyed this bronzer. Again, in 2016, I wasn't really into the like contouring thing. So you're not going to find me talking about any like ashy contouring shades. Instead, I was really focused on like bronzers and giving myself an all over sun-kissed glow. And so this bronzer I really feel like was a standout product because it is so finely milled and it's just so easy to apply. I'll just take a big powder brush and do a 3 shape on my face like this, just to give myself like a little bit of definition, but then also like some color to my skin. My face is definitely lighter than my body because I do wear a lot of sunscreen on my face and I do wear a lot of hats. And so because my face is like not the same color as my body, I do like using bronzers to like make myself the same color all throughout. In 2016, I really got into blush. I've never considered myself like a blush person until this year. I would say that my absolute favorite blush of all time is definitely the NARS Dual Intensity Blush. This is in the shade Liberation. I'm not sure if this is a limited edition or not, but the like overall formula of these dual intensity blushes are beautiful. Like I don't know why it took me so long, but these are absolutely stunning. These two shades right here are so flattering on my skin color. This one I can actually use as kind of like a bronzer. I can put it on the apple of my cheeks, but then also drag it up towards the temple, which is kind of a blush trend that I've really been enjoying lately. And then this right here is really pretty for like a pop of color on the apples of the cheeks. But yeah, this NARS Dual Intensity Blush I bought over the summer and then I have been like non-stop using it ever since then. And then of course my bacon blush. This is the Hourglass Diffused Heat Blush. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I really fell in love with Hourglass powders this year. But this blush is really pretty. This springtime, I used this a lot on the apples of my cheek, then I dragged it up towards my temples, and even I put it on my hairline and my jawline because it just is such a pretty blush. And it brings like warmth to the face, and again, like all Hourglass products, they are sort of like luminous and sort of radiant, and so for my skin type and for my like makeup desires, these powders work beautifully. They are really expensive, but I do think it's worth the money only because they're very pigmented. You only have to use a tiny amount and the finish is just unlike anything I've ever seen. Okay, so that wraps up my video. I hope this wasn't too long because, I don't know, I feel like I had a decent amount to talk about, but I feel like I really narrowed it down, so I am proud of myself for narrowing it down a lot. I didn't have any drugstore products in here, but that's only because it is really difficult to find drugstore products that are also BDS safe, and so in 2017, that's definitely going to be something I'm looking into, is finding BDS safe drugstore products so I can create those tutorials and I can mention those products to you. 2017 is going to be a really big year for me because I'm wrapping up my engineering school chapter of my life. I will be graduating in 2018, knock on wood. And so 2017 is like the last full year that I have, and it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be the hardest year because I'm taking some really intense classes, but I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be good. I hope your 2016 was good, and I hope your 2017 will be even better. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.